now before we compile it locally. We go ahead now to test it using Remix IDE. In order for us to do that, let's just copy this particular code. Let's copy the particular code, go to our browser. So you can just go to google.com. Once you get to google.com, you can just search for Remix IDE. Then this is it. Here you go. Remix.ethereum.org. Make sure that it has the Ethereum extension, because some people are also taking advantage of that to scam people. So, but let's just make sure we are using the right. So you can even see the only URL Remix uses is remix.ethereum.org. Beware of online videos promoting liquidity front runner boots. So please, just let's drop info. Right, so we are here now. We want to test our code. I'll just zoom in a bit. But let's just don't forget how we create a new contract. Once you come to this contract folder, you see the contract that you have already. So you just click on it. Once you click on it, you see these icons. So you just go the way of the create new file. So I'll just call it, let's call it DeliverX. So because we already have a smart contract that is, but anything, you can call it anything. You can call it supply chain. So, or let me just delete this and then create a new one that will be supply chain. So that we have the name of our smart contract. So I'll just go to the create new file, supply chain. So once I have that, I can just close this. So I'll just paste what I've copied. Just tell me to be careful whatever I paste, which is fine. So now that we have this, let's open this now. So what we just want to use our Remix IDE for is just to be sure that it is working appropriately. Then what you need to do is, don't forget you need the seller, the buyer, and also the logistics provider. So you know by now, so you can just go here, go to this place, this fourth icon. So I need an account that's just an account I can use as the seller. I need an account that I can use as the logistics provider. I also need an account I can use as the buyer or the receiver. So you can see even Remix IDE gave me several accounts with 100 hits, which is the same thing that Ganache is doing for us. We're going to be using this Ganache locally, but let's just test our smart contract with all these 100 hits accounts that Remix IDE has provided for us. So let's just say we want to use this as a seller. So I'll just copy. You can see the copy accounts. So I'll just put this. This is the account for the seller. Then also for the buyer, for the logistics provider now, let's just use some random. Okay, let me use the first stage so that I don't disturb myself too much. So let me use as the logistics provider. Then also the buyer. The third one, let's use the third one as the buyer. So these are the accounts I'll be using just for simulation purpose and just for testing purpose. Now that we have that, let's just compile our smart contracts. So I'll say the compiler is 0.8.29, which is fine because it must be minimum of 0.8.28, and this is the anything above that is fine. So this is above that, then we are good. So let's compile. So we can see that we have compiled it successfully. Now that we have compiled it, we can then go ahead to this point. Then here we are going to be deploying it. So make sure that it is that particular control that is selected, then you deploy. So once you deploy, you can see that it is so successful. So what you will now need to do is to come here, deployed contract. You see your deployed contract, you see the values or the identifiers that you have declared as public. See, confirm delivery is public as a function. Then the create delivery is also another function that is public. Pick up delivery is another function that is also public. Shipment counter, this is it, is another variable, or that is also public. Then the shipments, this is the shipments. It's also another variable that is public. Alright, so now let us go ahead. If you check shipment count now, you see that it is 0. We don't have any shipments at the moment. And if you click on these shipments, you can't get any because currently it is 0. And then let's start by creating delivery. It requires some input from us. So and it also requires for us to pass money along with it. So that's why it is telling us to transact. So now let's go the receiver now. You can see that the parameters that we need to pass to the function. If you check the confirm delivery, create delivery, no, not confirm now. Create delivery. Let's do the create delivery. We need the receiver, and that's the same thing that you can see receiver, pickup date, distance. This is what we are seeing here. Receiver, pickup date, distance. Receiver, pickup date, distance. So once you have been able to do that, then let's try to check if this function is actually working. The receiver, in this case, I think I need to switch to be sure that I'm calling this from the account of the seller, so that seller will be the one that will launch that. So the receiver is this particular person. You can see that the account that we used to deploy the smart contract has reduced. It is because when you are deploying your smart contract, it also requires some gas fee. That's why you see that it's reduced. Alright, so we have that now. So this is our receiver, just for sample sake. Pick up it. Let's just say 10. So it is going to be a string. It's going to be a string, just something. Although the distance, let's say the distance is 12. And then the price, because you need to pass a value, let's say it is 38. So now that we have that, we just go ahead to, if you don't pass any value with it, and I transact, you see that it's giving me an error because of this. Because we said it must be a value that must be greater than 0. You can see that there's an error here that says amount must be greater than 0. So how do you pass the amount? Just come in here. Let me just pass 5. Then I will transact. You can see it is now successful. It is now successful. Now if you check your shipments, let's say I check the first one, index 0, and I click, you can see we have a shipment. This is the seller. If you check the accounts that we are using is the same as that. The logistics provider is currently a known address, but you can see that is a type of address, but not a easy known. Then the receiver, this is the receiver, that's what we set it to be. The price is 5. Price is 5. And also this is the date. The delivery date is nothing at the moment. Then the distance is 12. Then also the status is 0 because at the moment it is created. You can see that the back end of the code is seeing it as number, but you can relate with it as string. Alright, so now that we have been able to create shipment, now let us go ahead to pick up the delivery. So picking up the delivery, just go the way of east. Alright, so don't forget it is the logistics provider that has to pick up the delivery. So let's change the address that we want to use now. Is that we have that to be the logistics provider. So we are here now. Then we want to confirm the pick up the delivery. So the ID is what? Is 0, you can see. So you just need to pass the shipment ID. Because you can see from our function, the only parameter we are passing is what? Shipment ID, which is an unsigned integer. So just go ahead, transact. Successful. Now if you check this particular shipment again now, you see that now we have the address of the logistics provider. The same thing, we have the receiver, everything is fine, and now the status has changed to 1 because now the status is now seen as picked up. Now that we are there, let's now go ahead to confirm receipt of the particular parcel. So I'll just go here, I'll change this to the buyer because it is only the buyer. If you try to confirm the receipt, let's say the logistics provider try to confirm the receipt of this particular parcel, it's will throw an error. Let's try to do that to see if the error will be thrown. So let's do pick up confirmation, confirm delivery. So what I just need to do is just to say 1. Don't forget I did not change it. 12, 25. Let's just do that. You can see there's an error that says only the receiver can confirm the delivery. So that's to tell you that the logistics provider cannot do and undo other than if they want to get their money, the specified buyer will have to be the one to confirm the receipts of the parcel. So we just change it to the person that we have specified to be the recipient of the parcel. I'll just change it to that. Now we are there now. So you can then come here. Let's say receive it on the, maybe the logistics provider want to try to see receive it on the 12th, but I receive it on the 13th. So, but just consult, you can see that now it is successful, and you will see it is successful. And if you check now, check the shipments, see that the distance is now 2, the distance is 12, and there's a delivery date, there's a pickup date, there's the price, and so on and so forth. Alright, so with that we can confirm and we are sure now that our smart contract is working appropriately the way we want it to work. So we can then go ahead to proceed with our local deployment compilation, and then go ahead to link it up with our front end and see how to complete our application in no time.